What is happening, guys, and welcome back to Ghouls Gaming, and thank you for tuning into my review in progress of Batman Arkham Knight. Before we get into that, though, I want to let you know what the deal is with this Out of Sync reporter. Basically, since I don't have a camera and I haven't shown my face yet, I wanted to have something in place when I'm just talking to you, just to hold your attention. And this is a clip from arguably one of the worst movies of all time called Plan 9 from Outer Space. And it's basically just the joke that it's the worst movie of all time. I'm matching my voice to a guy who obviously doesn't look like me, and it's completely out of sync. It's a fun little thing that I'm doing. But with that said, with that out the way, let's get into this review of Batman Arkham Knight, starting with the combat. Now, since the first Batman game, people have been talking about how easy the combat can be and how it feels kind of button mashy. And in the first one, I would definitely agree to that just because they didn't have a whole lot of different enemy attacks. So basically all you were doing was hitting square and triangle to counter. But this game has come quite a long ways since then. For the most part, all of the advanced enemy tactics from the previous games, such as charging and the batons, the stun batons, have been included in this game. And from the jump, you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for people to charge you, and you got to know how to jump over them or stun them, or you have to be ready for people to throw barrels at you, and there's people with guns, and there's heavily armored dudes that you have to stun and then beat down. All of this has been put into this final game, and I think they did a good job by not making you have to go back and earn all of these armor upgrades and ballistic upgrades and combos and all of these extra skills that we've already gotten in the past games, because it makes you feel strong. It makes you feel, because to the players, this is like Batman's third, or depending on how you look at it, fourth major event that he's had to deal with. So it makes sense that he should be seasoned. He should have the Bat Claw already. He should have the line launcher already. He should have all of these things at his disposal, and he should know what to do and how to handle himself in combat situations. And it's because of the way the developers did this that I truly feel like I'm playing Batman. I am Batman. I feel like Batman is how I read Batman, I should say, in the comic books. And I'm on a building and I swoop down and I rip a guy out the car and I flip off of it and let it explode. I feel like this is truly a Batman experience. And if they made me go do side quests and things that I didn't necessarily want to do at the time to earn points to unlock these different things, it would really take me out of the game. So I really appreciate the fact that they're giving us all of these very specialized skills just off the rip, along with a bunch of other different things that we can unlock that just make us even cooler. Now, one of the big things about this game that I'm actually kind of surprised how well they've included it into the combat, into the game overall, is the Batmobile. The Batmobile is one of your greatest assets in this game. You can obviously get around the city very quickly. You can use beanbag or riot suppressors to take out big crowds of enemies. You can jump out of it. You can into a glide or into a strike on an enemy, which can get you into combat very quickly. You can jump out of it and jump onto a car for a car takedown. You can do just a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't feel like it's tacked on. It feels like they really put a lot of effort and thought into this. And one of my biggest concerns when I first saw the developers driving through the city is that I wouldn't be able to do it as easily as he did, because obviously he's the developer. He's been playing with this game pretty much since day one. But it is so easy. It's so responsive. You drive around this thing like you've been doing it for forever. I mean, it's just so easy. The controls are so perfect. They respond amazingly. It's super well done. And one of my big concerns was how tight the alleyways are and how little corners of the building hang out. And I was afraid that the Batmobile was going to get caught up on this as you're trying to get through chases and stuff. And here's a quick example of what I mean by that from Grand Theft Auto, and that happens all the time in that game. But the Batmobile absolutely shreds through Gotham. nothing stands in the Batmobile's way. It rips through buildings. I've taken entire corners of buildings off. I've gone through pillars. There is nothing that can stop the Batmobile. And that is awesome because it doesn't take you out of the chases. The chases can be very difficult, especially when you're chasing down. I don't want to give spoilers, but there's people that you can chase down in the game that can be very difficult. And to get snagged up like you would in Grand Theft Auto or other games that rely heavily on cars would be very, very frustrating, and I would not want to drive the Batmobile anymore. And I'm glad that they paid very close attention to that, and they understood that they needed to make the Batmobile just unstoppable. And I love that. So those are my thoughts so far on the combat in Batman Arkham Knight. Like I said, this is a review in progress, so I'm going to be putting up more videos as I play through. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and dropkick that subscribe. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you have any thoughts on Batman Arkham Knight, you think that, I missed anything that you think I need to know, go ahead and drop that in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, guys, peace.